Hello everyone and welcome back to Resident Evil Zero. So we are almost done exploring the train. We still have to find a way to stop it to get off, but for now we're going to use our panel opener that I'm sure that the train maintenance people use to basically like pull panels to access wires and lower sections of the train near like the wheels and the tracks. So we're gonna make our way to the kitchen because there was one on the floor that we can use the tool on. And also I'm gonna be doing a little bit of some transitions because I realized that I don't have enough space because I picked up a bunch of stuff and I tried to drop some items in the save room, but for whatever reason, I guess it's the same issue that I was getting with the last video where the hitbox of the characters and then their proximity to each other in terms of team, their collision, boxes were not allowing me to drop things. And the save room is a very small area, so I get it. So we're going to drop as much as we can. And for the things that I can't drop, for whatever reason I can't drop it, I'm just going to either try to exchange it with Billy or take some of his items so he has more space. So let's make our way back to the kitchen so we can open that floor panel and continue exploring the rest of the train. I always find it weird whenever we find key items that we need in Resident Evil in the strangest of places. Like, I understand, like, nobody's gonna look in, let's say, a dog kennel for a key. They're gonna be like, it's a dog kennel. Why would they hide a key there? I'm gonna look in like a drawer or a dresser or like a closet, a jacket, a desk, all that stuff. But sometimes I'm like, why would we do this here? Why would we have this here? Um, and I think it's just, sometimes it's a little silly. So this is one of the transitions that I had put in to basically cut down in time because I'm sure that you guys don't want to watch me just drop a bunch of things on the floor and run around and try to see if I can like drop more things in different places so they're not their boxes, the individual animation boxes around them aren't interfering with other boxes of the stationary background, which is basically like the desk, the bed, the ladder, that type of deal. And I'm realizing now, as future Catherine instead of past Catherine, who is playing through this, that we could have gone back to the save room like I'm doing now, picked up the briefcase, and put the gold ring in the briefcase, which would have opened up space in our inventory. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't even think about it until now, hours later, as I'm editing this. Yeah, hindsight is 2020 because I could have dropped that gas canister in the save room, and I could have also put the ring in the briefcase so that the puzzle is halfway solved in the game save room, but I didn't. I didn't. For this puzzle, somebody has to pull this lever and hold it, which means that if you're controlling Rebecca, you cannot let go. Like, you can't move because the lever will release and go back to first position. So you have to either control Billy with the right stick or switch to Billy while Rebecca is holding the lever and then grab the hook shot. But whoever gets the hook shot needs at least 2 slots open for it. So Rebecca doesn't have any more slots open. So I cleared some space in Billy's inventory just so I can get the hook shot because it's an important item. We need it a little bit later. Actually, not that far from now. So the name of the game from Resident Evil is Space Management. It's basically like item Tetris. You have to make sure that you have enough slots for different weapons. You also have to make sure that you have enough slots for your ammo and key items and random items like health sprays and green and red herbs and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm not doing well. It's only the second video and I'm not doing well with my item management. So whoever has the hookshot here will come to this window and use the hookshot to basically pull themselves up to the ladder so we can get to the roof. But before we do that, we need to bring Rebecca up the stairs to the area where it has a bunch of like the little leech eggs, and she's gonna stand in front of it. It's not going to attack her, and thankfully we've cleared out most of the zombies, but the leeches are the only ones really, I guess, on this train that's gonna try to hurt us, but they're not ready to go yet, which is such a strange thing to say, but no, the eggs are not ready to be hatched, but they will be soon, so there's that. Alright, so with both rings in hand, let's make our way back to the safe room, and then from there we're going to pick up the briefcase, put the rings in, and hopefully get something that will help us get to the rest of the train. So now that we've gotten both key items and we've explored the areas that we could and picked up anything that we could, now it's time for the exchanging. So basically, I'm going to exchange some items with Billy so then I can get the ring so I can start putting them into the briefcase, which he is carrying because he had an extra slot. So we're going to attach them and then examine and get the key card, which should allow us into the door at the end of the hall. quick save so we don't lose anything, and once we go through the store, we're actually going to get a cutscene if I remember right, and then from there we'll be able to move and do what we need to.
This is Delta Team. This is Delta Team. We have gained control of the train. Over.
Understood.
This does not make any sense. How was the T-virus leaked? And why did it contaminate both the lab and the mansion, as well as a train almost 3 miles away?
That's irrelevant. We must make sure no knowledge of this gets out. Destroy the train. Completely. How far away are you from the nearest branch line?
About 10 minutes to...
Huh?
What happened?
The train will either derail or crash. I gotta stop this thing. I'll go over to the back deck and manipulate the control panel for the brake. Then you apply the brake from here, okay?
All right. Billy,
What?
be careful.
Yeah.
So when I first played this, I had chosen Rebecca to go to the back of the train and to leave Billy here. Nothing really changes in terms of dialogue if you choose one or the other. They basically both tell each other to, like, be careful and watch yourself and all this other stuff. Because the sequence is timed, you can just run past those two, but don't linger too long or they'll, grab you and try to bite you. But the main point of this is to utilize the areas that we unlocked, that we spent time unlocking. So that means going up the ladder to get to the bar, and then leaving the bar and going down the hallway that previously had eggs at the end, but now the eggs are gone. And that completely circumvents one train car that has like 4 zombies in it. And then from there we just continue on until we get to the back of the train. And that's when the real puzzle starts. So now that we've reached the back of the train, we have to input numbers into this keypad that add up to 36. So it seems easy enough. We could do like 7 a few times, which would get us to where, within range, I would say, of 36. But the only issue is that you also have to fill in the little circle lights, which will disengage the lock.
This is Billy. I've engaged the control device for the brake. Over.
Roger, I'll put the brake on now.
So you do the same thing for whoever is left in the conductor's office. Only issue is that the screen is broken. So for 67, I just did 7 all the way up and then a 4 at the end, and we got it.
Rebecca? Rebecca!
I'm here.
Are you alright? Hey, we managed to stop the train.
Yes, we managed.
We have to find a way out.
I think it's really cool that the developers added a human side to Wesker. Like, the cutscene that we had between Wesker and Birkin, and probably any of the other cutscenes that we have later, that's Wesker at his most human. Because, of course, after Resident Evil 1, Wesker can no longer be considered a human because of his mutation from the viruses and things like that, and also because of the tests that he had as a kid, and then the things that he injected himself with before the events of one, and all that, you know. So I think it's really cool that the developers kind of were just like, instead of making Wesker how he is in 4 and Code Veronica and in 5 and stuff like that, where he's like, I'm a god, you should worship me. And they have him as like just a man, because that's all he is. He's just a man.
The Umbrella Research Center? The first general manager, Dr. James Marcus.
Who on earth are those people?
She's just a rookie, a member of STARS.
What about the male?
I'm unfamiliar with him.
Attention. This is Dr. Marcus. Please be silent as we reflect upon our company motto. Obedience breeds discipline. Discipline breeds unity. Unity breeds power. Power is life.
Who are you?
It was I who scattered the T-virus in the mansion. Needless to say, I contaminated the train, too.
What?
Revenge. On Umbrella.
Dr. Marcus?
10 years ago, Dr. Marcus was murdered by Umbrella. You helped them, didn't you?
If I remember correctly, a lot of the people who lended their voices to characters in Resident Evil, especially the earlier ones like 0, 1, 2, and like Code Veronica, they were all people who were famous for other acting that they had did, which was like daytime television, that type of deal, crime dramas. So I think the reason why we like these games so much, especially the beginning ones, is because it really does feel like this is like a show that you would catch on like primetime TV back in like the 90s, like a serial drama or something like that. And I don't know, I think that's why I like it so much. With that being said, we've reached the end of our video, so I'm going to go ahead and save, and we'll continue exploring the training facility in the next video. So I hope you all have a good rest of your night, and I will see you later. Bye!